Alright, so here we are, back to boarding our flight, back to Vancouver. It's 10 to 6 in the afternoon. We'll be there at about 20 past or 10 past 6 at Vancouver Harbour.
Yeah. Okay.
So off we go.
Seats back there.
Weren't you wanting to go co-pilot?
Yeah. Yeah, if you guys want to come up. Just you guys get on board, once you're into your, any bags basically bigger than about that, I'll take and put in the back, and then once into your seat, it'll be yellow belt and then black. Perfect?
Alright, the seatbelt challenge. The two prime seats are taken then. Beautiful day out here, of course. I mean, look at this.
They usually line one, guys.
Right. Agterste sitplekke is wat daai eerste twee mense gevat het.
Give you some leg room. Perfect. Okay. Got two there. All right, I'll get you. Oh, this is going to be a bit of a squeeze. Let's get you into this row here. All right.
Hello there.
Hello. All right, I will get you into the second row on the left there.
All right.
Perfect. Hello.
Okay.
Bags you first to the back.
Here we are.
Don't put that back.
Back in the plane again, doing the seatbelt dance.
Sir, I'll have to get you. I think I have to get you up into the front there. Yeah. We're all full up. So let's see how's this gonna work. Yeah, there.
How are you?
I think I'll get you into the man. Perfect. Come on in. Oh. Let's put your bag in the back.
Okay, let me take some.
I can put your coat in the back if you like. Good to hear you sardine in here.
Run that, buddy. Hey, pal.
Okay.
Find your phone. That's not text phone.
There we go. Perfect. Okay. I think that's going to work out nicely. Awesome. Let's see here. Are you guys traveling? No. Okay. If it works out, I think I'm going to get you into that one there. That'll work out nicely. Okay. Hello.
Okay.
We're a little crammed eating Sardine Airlines here. I'm going to get you into this seat right here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a full flight here today.
Absolutely.
All right.
Well, someone's got to receive a yellow belt and then black. Yellow and black, and then for you guys back, you just take the responsibilities of your exits to handle the down. Awesome. That's secure, just about. You get your legs in the aisle there.
It's a good amount.
That's happened too.
Can't even sit on my seat.
I know my daughter's son's friend. Maybe a little.
Oh, well.
Secure. Two belts. You're all buckled there. You got her okay?
Got on it.
Okay. Oh, here you got the yellow one here.
Yep.
So you don't have your yellow belt on? Or do you?
It's going right now.
Oh, it's good right now. Okay, just the tag hanging out. Got her?
Yep.
Perfect. And then the black one. Good to go.
Thanks, man.
Thank you. Alright, I guess I won't see you tomorrow. Now they're making me do everything but Nanaimo. Yep. That's in there. Perfect.
All right, and here we are ready for our flight back home. I'm going to forward through most of it, but we fly over Stanley Park towards the end, so I thought that would be a cool one. Then I promise I won't put any more Harbour Air flight videos on. So There in front of us is the Nanaimo Harbour dock again, or jetty, I don't know what you call it. It's actually quite a busy place. When we came in on Friday, it was full of people, and this is Saturday afternoon, and there's still a lot of people. Some people fishing, some people crabbing, a couple of guys just standing there with a cooler box drinking, I guess. But yeah, it looks like a neighborhood hangout of some sorts. Everybody loves it there. I got to tell you, the water, it's such a beautiful day. I mean, the water was smooth, it was clear skies, it was stunning. And I can imagine these little float planes, sorry folks, these little float planes or seaplanes can get a lot less awesome when it gets choppy. I don't know. Never been in one when it's a bit rough and choppy, but I can imagine it doesn't feel awesome. It's actually funny when you look at the different pilots. So the guy that flew us in on Friday, he literally just sat there and he was chatting to the lady that was sitting in the front seat for most of the time. It almost looked like he wasn't flying the plane. At some stage I thought he had an autopilot on, because there's this thing that comes out of the floor that connects to the steering, and it almost looks like some sort of autopilot. I thought he had an autopilot on, to be honest. And then this guy that was flying us back on Saturday afternoon, it was just nuts. I mean, this dude was pressing buttons and turning knobs and doing little levers the whole time. And you will see now when we get to the fast forward part of it, it's like sometimes the plane would just do like a little bit of a shake because he's busy turning a wheel next to the seat. And it was crazy, eh, Belinda? It was like, yeah, he was a very busy dude. Unfortunately, I got to sit on the same side, on the other side of the plane, meaning I got the north view again. Well, that was the other thing. On the previous flight, you basically got on the plane and picked a seat and sat down. This pilot, he was standing by the door going, "You go sit there, you go sit there." So he put me in one of the single seats and he put Belinda next to another guy at the front. It was like he was very controlling about who sits where and what must go where. He was very involved, I guess. Anyway, like I said, I'm going to speed this up a little bit. So we weren't really flying this fast. This is at 10 times the speed. It is still cool though. I mean, if you look at the mountains and the view and the everything. I can only imagine getting a pilot's license for these small little planes. I don't think they cost too much. Well, I suppose it's relative, but I mean, they could be cool if you could go almost anywhere in Canada, because there's a lot of water. You can go land lots of places, I guess. Yeah, I mean, even when we went to that lake last year, where it was in 2021, where we went to the lake with the friends, there was a guy with one of these de Havillands over there that he flew in some of the guests for the high-end hotel. I guess this is the main way of getting around for a large part of northern Canada and you know, the north there, where there's not a lot of highways. So it could be handy to get a pilot's license. I'm just a little bit worried about that, you know. I know that sometimes I get distracted. And if you're distracted on the road, at least there's only one plane of screwing up. In a plane, there's a lot of ways that you can screw up, I guess. There's Lighthouse Point again. It's almost as if we're coming in lower this time around, eh? North Shore. Oh, and here's Stanley Park's coming up right now. You'll see in front of us, just on the right-hand side, it's starting to come into the view. Stanley Park. It's actually quite funny looking at Stanley Park from the top, and I'm realizing how little we've actually even explored Stanley Park, because there's this giant lake inside Stanley Park that we haven't been to yet. So another thing on the list for summer is to go and get bicycles, or to take our bicycles and go for a ride around Stanley Park. Also didn't know Stanley Park is 1,001 acres, I think. 1,001 acres is the size of the park, if I remember correctly. And it's bigger than Central Park in New York. It's huge, actually. Although it's got a couple of roads running right through it, and the main road from the North Shore running straight through it. All right, folks, welcome to Stanley Park from the sky. Here we go. It's still very rough, and it's foresty. There's lots. I guess there's lots of areas that you just don't walk to because it's not on the walking paths, and it's still wild. Oh, look at this. Here's the lake, which, quite frankly, I didn't know even existed. I know of the other lake on the other side, but I didn't ever seen this one. So now we need to go and visit that as well. And that's it. Just gotten over Stanley Park. There's so much more to explore. So we'll just have to get out the door and go do it. I can tell you one other thing. This guy, when he came in for the landing, I don't know if you'll be able to see it from the camera, but my gosh, he did this like sharp bank to the right and then just lost altitude like crazy. It was like, what? It felt a little shaky. Hey, but he put us down safely, otherwise I wouldn't be here talking to you over this video. Check the big barges. There we go, we're starting the bank. And then he just kind of really goes down. It was freaky. But at least I was seated a lot more comfortable this time. The single seats on the left-hand side of the plane definitely has a little bit more leg space than the double seats on the right. And this is Vancouver Harbour, where they offload the ships. Coming in for the landing. There's Canada Place for the exhibitions. And the sun reflects a little bit rough on there. This plane's windows wasn't as clean as the previous one either. I'm sure you can see some of the reflections on there. And there we go. Touchdown almost. Right. There you go. Touchdown. And a quick slowdown. It was a fun experience. But it's just a little bit too expensive to do that all the time. You know, yes, you take the journey to Nanaimo in 20 minutes, which would normally take an hour, but or an hour and a bit. How long does the ferry take to Nanaimo?
An hour and a bit.
An hour and a bit. So, you know, you cut 40 minutes off of the trip, but the seaplanes is definitely more of a luxury. Of course, another thing I didn't know is that you can fly with these little float planes from here to Seattle, so to the US. Wonder how they handle the immigration on that side. You probably have to jump off and go speak to an immigration officer when you land. But yeah, I did actually not know that you can take a float plane to Seattle. They also do charters, so you can charter a flight to anywhere, I suppose. But yeah. Anyway. Alright, so I'm going to stop the voice narration for a little bit, and we'll just enjoy the quick float in and tie up at the dock. After we get off the plane, we have a whole walk up the Thurlow Street to the bus stop. So for those of you that want to experience that, please hang around. The video is not over yet. But for now, I'm just going to shut up a bit.
Go, man.
Alrighty, so here we are, back in downtown Vancouver. Quite a quick flight, actually. Oh, look at where the luggage comes out. I did not know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
So that's all the checked luggage.
Did you guys got your bags?
That one. Thank you. Is that it?
Huh?
Oh, your snack bag.
And
My
there.
lunch kit.
Truly is.
All right, here we are. We got our luggage. Now walk up to the bus and then we're heading home. I'm still wondering what these why are these docks so wide? What's this middle section for? Is it just to create some extra space or?
Yeah, for the wings, I suppose, so that they don't touch. And it was
Oh, they
wasting
they didn't
the
just
full-
want a full dock.
Yeah,
I suppose that makes sense.
yeah.
It's weird though. Oh, and they run the fuel cables and stuff over the water in there. All right, back to Harbour Air in Vancouver.
Sorry, I missed that.
Ah. It's a pretty city. Thanks.
You betcha.
All right, so now we're going to head up to the bus, grab a bus, and then over to Park Royale, where we're going to go pick up the car, and then home.
And then home.
It was a fun day and a bit.
Outing, yeah.
It's
There are 2 peaks there.
yeah, I don't know if you'll be able to see it on the video. There's those 2 snowy peaks that just peek out there like almost.
Yeah, don't mention it.
Don't mention it. Okay.
I think
It's
everybody knows.
It's a pretty city. Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, 6 o'clock, and everybody's out and about because it's a beautiful day.
Yeah, it is. And it's not cold
No, it's not.
for Vancouver.
Well, summer's on the way, honey. Summer's on the way.
And they've obviously done with their flights because they're locking all the.
Oh, they're locking up,
Yeah.
closing up. I think we're going to go up there, huh? Shall we not just go up and straight across?
Okay.
Well, I suppose we can go anywhere, really.
Yeah. Just need to catch the.
Need to catch a bus. That's it. Back
you
on the
can go-
seawall.
Yeah. Oh, we can go now. Go up.
Well, let's take a different route for a change. We've done the seawall walk a couple of times now. So now we are heading up. And we're just going to head straight up to the
Street.
street and grab the bus up there. I'll show you the views while I climb the stairs. Yeah, we got enough exercise over this weekend.
Even though we didn't do the 5K.
Even though we didn't do our 5K. Steps and walking on the beach and
Climbing up the rocks.
a little bit of dancing at the St. Patrick's.
Yeah, St. Paddy's Day. Oh man, we had enough exercise for the weekend.
Plenty of exercise.
Actually exhausted now.
Oh, it's quite a few stairs. All right, here we are. The top of the steps. We got Cactus Club on the left here. It's a nice place. They make a really nice pokeball actually. And then we're going to head up straight up this way to go find a bus.
And the bus. What, a 250?
Yeah, 250, 255, even 257 I think. What's with all the decorations there? Or is it just normal store?
Oh yeah. What a thing.
West Cordova, West Hastings. It's a good city.
It is a good city.
Vancouver. Okay. Vancouver is a good city, yeah. I think I pressed the button and I don't know if I did anything on the recording, but hey, here we are.
Yeah, so we have the 257
Yeah,
and the 250.
257's fine. First one.
Well, it says only in 17 minutes. And
Okay.
the 250 is delayed, so we might be able to catch the 250 then.
Okay. But it's still a few streets up. So we are walking up Thurlow Street at the moment. Something smells fishy. Look at the wall art. It's one thing that's quite abundant here in Vancouver. It's like these cool wall art and drawings and arty stuff. Yeah, not too far. Walking up the hill in Thurlow Street to go catch the bus up front. We got the Marriott in front of us and all the other big tall look at that ladder. I'm not going to climb that ladder. Look at that. It's crazy. So these are all the big business buildings, I guess. Oh, this one's still being built. Huh.
Wow, it's a big one.
Yep. Oh. Yeah, there's a lot of construction going down in Vancouver, eh? Everywhere. Because there's just not enough space, really, is there?
No, it's too many people.
West Pender. Alright, let's roll.
Good smell again.
Eh?
I say there's a good smell.
A good food smell. Yeah, the smells of the city can get a little bit funky sometimes, and other times really cool. I mean, we have chased smells before to go and find the place that makes it so we could get some food.
Yes.
Ah, another wall art over there.
We have followed our noses.
Look at that.
Ah, Indian delicacy. That's what I'm smelling.
Yeah, Indian food.
Yep.
It's one thing about Vancouver, there's a wide variety of different foods.
Oh yes, bit of everything.
Thurlow Street, TPH. Don't know what that stands for. The Printing House.
80. Oh, what's that first thing?
I don't know. Security guys.
Hondas.
Private security. One Immigration, Discover Canada tours, lots of places. Look at that building, the whole outside's covered by plants.
Yeah.
Hey? That is cool. Well, the whole outside and upstairs, they've got trees and stuff.
Yeah, that's just a parquet.
That's just a living building. Then over there, kinematics, sports medicine, California sushi. There's so much of the town that we actually haven't had time to explore properly yet,
Yeah.
eh?
We should actually come and explore more.
Yeah. Alright folks, so I'm going to be running out of storage space again. We've made a plan to bring an additional memory card on next future experiences, since the storage seems to be a problem. But I'm probably going to switch off in the next minute or so. West Georgia, that's where the buses run, eh? Interesting choice of music, but hey, to each his own, I guess.
He's blasting it out the window.
Yeah. 49 parallel coffee roasters. Tourism Malaysia.
I know Clark financially.
Ah.
Canada Life. Okay, so I think we need to.
Okay, folks, we are at.
257.
Uh,
Missed it.
yeah.
We're not going to make it.
No. That was the bus we wanted to catch.
Yep. It was delayed, but obviously
Not enough.
not enough for us.
But there's plenty of buses running that way.
Yeah.
So we'll walk along to the next bus stop and then grab the bus. Oh, the keg. The keg over there has got some really awesome
good memories,
margaritas.
yeah. Some of the best margaritas in Vancouver.
Yep. Well, maybe we were just extremely happy on margaritas at the day.
No, we tasted a few and that was the best. We came back for more.
Okay, folks, I guess this is it. I'm losing storage.